welcome. Assalamu alaikum. It's me, Kemetic, the Apprentice, and this is Boss Basics, a space where men remember that they are not the prize, but all the damn holidays combined.
Woo.
And none other than Red Pill Chauvinist, Mr. Strong Island.
Yes,
You're
sir.
humble but braggadocious. Like this is the guy that made me want to step my passport game back up.
No doubt, no doubt.
All
No
the
doubt.
above, Mr. I can taste the cinnamon. It is an honor to have you here.
I forgot about that, man. Yeah, I appreciate you for having me, man. You know what I mean? When I do my videos, I'm just being me, man. You know what I mean? Just talking off the cuff. So I know this is about to be another classic interview right here, man.
And what's so cold about it is that initially when I first followed you, I didn't know what category to put you in, and then because I didn't know that you traveled at first. I just said, okay, I like his energy, I like how he stands on principles, but then that's what it was. So when you and the coach just came out with the mindset, how y'all were mindset coaches, I said, boom, that's exactly what I was talking about the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that y'all clarified it. Y'all said that y'all not dating coaches, y'all not PUAs, y'all are mindset coaches. If you have the mindset, it trumps all that other bull stuff. So with that said, man, you know, I remember this is a minute ago. I never forget it. You said that you were in or you had been to a couple of events that, you know, that they had in the sexual underworld and you weren't really feeling it. Not at all.
Right. Nah. Yeah. I mean, well, let me just say this. Like, just to give a little bit of my background for anyone who doesn't know, you know, I had aspirations as a young boy, you know, to become a surgeon, a physician, doctor, whatever the case may be. So from a young age, I knew that you know, I learned about diseases, you know what I mean, all these other things. So because of that, you know, I wasn't the dude at 12, 13 years old willing to just, you know, put my face or put any body parts of mine into another person's body parts, you know what I'm saying, without thinking first. So when it comes to these sex parties and all that, like, you know what I mean, like that's one of the first things I think of is like all these fluids, you know, being exchanged amongst people, you know what I mean? Now I'm not knocking anybody who does that. I'm just letting people understand the reason why I'm like how my mind works, you know what I mean, as to why I'm not, you know, quick to jump into a sex party or quick to jump into a orgy or anything like that. Because believe me, I've had my opportunities.
Off bucks. And what's so cold about it? I didn't necessarily share. I think like that now. I think like that now just because of all of the stuff that I've seen, and at the end of the day, I prize my life above anything else, and it's not even that serious. You see what I'm saying? So I probably say when I was in Europe, that was my introduction to it. And what's so cold about it? It was gay men that introduced me to the sexual underworld. You see what I'm saying?
Now, what exactly was your introduction?
Okay, so prior to me even joining the military, well, actually, I was in the military at the time, but I didn't go overseas yet. So I met a dude from around my way. His brother went to my church, and he was real cool. You see what I'm saying? Real cool. I don't necessarily know if he was trying to recruit me or he just fooled me real tough. But, you know, this guy was telling me about how to spot down low men. He was telling me about, it was a place out here in DC called the House of Khan. Now, in particular, he said this is where, because he said, all right, he said like gay men, they like to emulate a family structure. So he said here they had like the guy who played the father role, guy who played the mother role, sister, brother, so on and so forth. So he gave me the fundamentals, the basics. So when I joined the military, I went to Europe. I was in Germany, and that's where it was like Pandora's box was open.
And you went out the country.
Yeah.
So you had to go out the country to really get it popping open. Yeah, same here. Okay.
I had to. Not saying that. See, and what's so cold about it is when I came back, that's when I saw things that were already out in the open. You see what I'm saying? So that's when I saw it. So, you know, I befriended another gay dude, and he was like, "Hey, you got to come and chill me one time." And I was thinking in my head, like, what you mean?
You for what?
He was like, nah. He was like, look. He said, you wanna experience these things.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I got a phone call. Go ahead, man.
Hey, you're a busy man. You say I'm saying it's the passport.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
And what's so
I was just telling.
Yeah, go ahead, coach.
no, real quick, I was just gonna say, I was just telling Afi earlier. That's the reason why I have my phone 90% of the time on silent mode. Cause I hate all the buzzing, the beeping, the calling. Like, I don't like people having easy and or free access to me. People be thinking, oh, since you have a phone, well, you got a phone, you should have picked up. Or I called you the other day, like maybe I didn't want to talk to you, or maybe I was busy, or maybe I just want to take time to think. So people need to start thinking about that too. Stop allowing people to have easy and free access to your time and attention, man. Go ahead, my
Ladies
bad.
and gentlemen, this is why he is a mindset coach.
Mm-hmm.
I have text messages right now from women at different sites that I have to go inspect my offices at, and this one girl in particular, you know, because me, I only use my phone for business. You see what I'm saying? Like if I'm talking to somebody or female, you know, she knows that to her it's a holiday because I don't necessarily pick up the phone.
Exactly. So, I know the feeling.
so I got this text message. You see what I'm saying? She was like, because she could never, and I keep it just to show men how you need to operate. So I got this text message. She cannot get a hold of me. You know, even my old lady, she can't get a hold of me. It's not that simple. So back to the topic at hand. So the guy, you know, he takes me to this party. It was a nice house. You see what I'm saying? And what's so cold about it? The people, you wouldn't even figure that this was the type of stuff that they're into. So I'm a segue into the more serious stuff later. I want to. It's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow your mind.
Okay. Yeah, you be having some stories. Go ahead, man. You be having some stories, man.
About it, like I was talking to my kinfolk today. I said, dude, you have to, because he's so busy. He's always on the road. He's a truck driver. And I said, look, he was there for 50 to 60% of the stuff that was going on. He was there. So he can corroborate, because unless you were there, it's so off the wall you would not believe it. But
exactly,
we're in the same guild, so you know exactly where I'm coming from.
Exactly. So I don't need to see a video to believe what you're saying. I've seen some wild shit in my life too, man.
So with that said, what was the craziest thing that you ever saw in the sexual underworld?
See, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I never went to no sex parties or anything like that. Like my dealings with the sexual underworld is like, or the closest I came to a sexual underworld was being inside of a brothel without knowing that I was inside of a brothel. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to figure this shit out. So just to give my background on the sexual underworld, like I started to realize, all right, boom, we need to have a definition of the sexual underworld first of all. Like, so my definition of sexual underworld is that which is not in the forefront, that which is not spoken of. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, this is something that's out there now. But back when I was in college, 99, I wasn't up on it, and that's the fact that you have a lot of females. Well, it's like I said, it's more prevalent now, way more now than 99. But take yourself back to 99. When I was in college, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking to myself, okay, if a female's in college, you know what I'm saying, they're paying tuition. That means they have a goal to get a degree. You know what I mean? So they're not coming here to mess around. They coming here on some business shit, right? Nah, be like the stuff that I seen. Oh, all right. You want to talk about? All right, we talk about sexual underworld.
Keep going. I'm taking notes.
Yeah. This reminded me of something else. All right. Well, my first introduction. Ooh, once I think about one thing, I start thinking about something else that's even older. Okay. First, I was talking about freshman year in college. Then I was going to tell you about my orientation in college, what I saw. But then I'm now remembering something I found out in 11th grade. So let me take you back to 11th grade, right? Underworld, shit that's not spoken about often. You know what I'm saying? Things that people don't really know about. Boom. Again, the stuff I'm about to tell you right now is way more prevalent. It's way more prevalent now than it was in like 97, which is what I'm talking about. Boom. Back in 97, there was this chick in my class, right? She wasn't a thought. She wasn't out there like that. She was kind of quiet, right? But I knew that she got down. So long story short, I told my man, I was in 11th grade. I told my man, I said, yo, I heard, dude over there hit, somebody else in my class hit. I'm like, if that dude can hit, yo, B, I can hit in a week. I say, yo, give me a week. And I don't even challenge myself like that. But I was like, nah, F that. Let me smash in a week. And I did smash within that week, right? But I bring her up to say, when I was doing game in order to beat for that week, before the end of the week, like I was putting time and energy in, right? Because I'm thinking that she's a quiet chick. For her to smash me in under a week, you know what I'm saying? I might have to do X, Y, Z, whatever the case may be. Fast forward, I say about 2-3 months later, I heard that some seniors ran a train on her in the bathroom. I went to a Catholic school, private school. You know what I mean? Uniforms and all that. So imagine my mind at 16, like, yo, this chick who I gamed up to smash within a week, she got two, not one, but two dudes smashing her, not even at the crib, but in the bathroom. Like, huh? Like, why was she, like, didn't she not? So that was my first glimpse into the sexual underworld, because a black chick getting trained in the bathroom, to me, in 1997 was not a common thing, okay? So that's my junior year in college, junior year in high school. Fast forward to my orientation into college now, right? Orientation to college, you know, you're meeting all different people from different states, different parts of the United States. And I meet this chick who I believe is quiet. She seems very meek, right? I've had several conversations with her and not just one-on-one, but just us in a group or whatever, in a group setting. Fast forward 2 months later, there's an email. What the fuck was that shit? There was a site. I forgot the site. It wasn't Black Planet, but anyway, it was a site that you can go to. And we went to this site, and why do I see this same meek, quiet chick getting again a threesome train ran on her in the bathroom by like the football players and all that? And I remember being like, yo, hold on. This the same chick I thought was XYZ, quiet, this, that, and third. Nah, getting train ran on her. Last example I'm gonna give as far as like my introduction to like seeing into the sexual underworld is like, as far as like seeing past the veil, is another chick that I used to be cool with. I used to even go to her room with her and her roommate. Me and my man Sam, we used to go over there, chop it up, whatever the case may be. And I remember one of the older heads came to me and was like, yo, you know, let's call her Sarah. Yeah, you know Sarah that live on the West Wing on the first floor? I'm like, yeah, I chill her all the time. She's like, they're like, yeah, you know she strip at I forgot the name of the strip club, King of Majesty. Let's call it King of Majesty. I'm like, nah, get the fuck up out of here. But then I started thinking, there were times when I'd be coming in late, like 11, 12, into the dorm room, and she leaving with a little duffel bag. You know what I'm saying? So I started looking like, yo, why didn't I see this? How could I not tell? And I started realizing it was the programming that was instilled in me as a child. You know what I'm saying? As a child, we're told to believe that women are flowers, women are all good, women don't lie. You know what I'm saying? All these things, you know what I'm saying? When in actuality, it's the opposite. You know what I'm saying? And before I continue, this is not me bashing females. I'm not a female hater. I'm all about informing people in general about true female nature so that they can move accordingly when dealing with a female. So what I realize is that all that shit is a lie, man. Like you're taught to believe that females don't want sex, don't like sex, or they want it less than you, when in all actuality they want it as much as you, if not more, right? So that was my introduction into, or a glimpse into, the sexual world. Now the times that, yeah, you take me back to college, man. I gotta go back to my college years, man. Yo, you take me back to them parties where, you know what I mean, like you go to a house party and people fuck. Matter of fact, damn. Yeah, yo, see, you have to understand, I don't think back of my life, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to stay in the present and move forward, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I asked you.
Yo, because when you have me think of one thing, that should remind me of something else that I just completely forgot about. So anyway,
throwbacks.
Yeah, this is a throwback. All right, so back to the glimpses, right? Yo, this is, yo, I'm basically telling you the steps that took me to like understanding the sexual nature of females, right? Shit, yo. Because before that, going to a Catholic school, I thought like, going to my Catholic school, I had a lot of chicks who were teasing, you know what I mean? Talked a lot of shit, but in all actuality, when I look back and think about it, that's my fault. I didn't direct them enough for them to get past the teasing. So anyway, I say that to say, go to college, I'm still in my freshman year, and now I come back after my first semester. Now I done seen, like I said, the chick, knowing that the chick strip. I done seen a chick getting ran a train on in the bathroom, and I'm also hearing other stories as a freshman. First 3 months in college, right? Come back home. I got an older brother who stayed home. So I come back home and I'm telling him about my stories back in college, and he's like, yo, I got this chick, you know what I mean? This, that, and the third, she about to come through. I'm like, all right, what the fuck you telling me that for? He's like, yo, I'm just trying to let you know. If you're trying to get your dick sucked, you know what I mean? Just let me know. Oh, shit. You just reminded me of something. Yo, let me fucking rewind, B. Let me rewind, B, to 10th. Yo, let me rewind to 10th grade, man. Let me tell you how the universe was showing me the underworld. And well, I'm freestyling right now. I'm realizing you can show them they're not ready to sing on it. That right? And you still can't see it. Let me give you my example. I tell people like I man, you know what I mean when I say this. I could have been a PI, you know what I'm saying, when I was younger, could I had the opportunity and didn't even realize it. What I mean by that is in my freshman year in high school, okay, met this white girl, right? Now back then I wasn't into white girls because I felt like they were too easy, whatever the case may be. I was on that Pac shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, white girl liked me to stand in third, but I'm not into white girls. Plus she just seemed too easy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I could tell that she was in love with the BBC, you know what I mean? So because I knew she was in love with the BBC, I went to my man's like, yo, what's good? Mind you, I'm the youngest in my crew. So I went to my older dude, like, yo, what's good, man? Yo, I got this white chick. You trying to tap that? He's like, let me see what she look like. I bring her around, like, yo, this is my friends. This is my friend G, blah, blah, blah. This is my man Lou, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And I pull Shorty to the side and be like, so what you think about my man? Oh, he's cute. He's there. I'm like, and I be like, yo, so what's up? I mean, you got a place for us to go? So I did that with my mans. I did that for my brother. I did that for a couple other people. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't making no bread off that shit. Mm-hmm. I looked at it like, yo, I'm just hooking my peoples up. People want to get some head. People want to get some ass. Yo, I got somebody giving it up for free. You're up. Yeah. Instead of me being like, yo, instead of me tapping my man like, yo, give me 100 and you could or give me 50 or give me whatever.
Yeah, so, you didn't know.
Yo, I had a hoe right next to me begging for work, begging to be put on the track. And I didn't have the mindset then to be like, oh shit, I can make money off this shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I had my little dealings with the sexual underworld as far as like I said, PIMPing, hoeing. When it comes to I didn't get to the swinger shit yet. That was when I went to the resort. All right, rewind, boom. So freshman year, I had that with the white girl who I could have PI'd with. Then they had 11th grade, a chick who I smashed under a week, who got a train ran on her by two other dudes in the school in the bathroom. Then we got my freshman year where I met another meek chick who I thought was whatever, and then she got a train ran on her on camera. I'm saying in the bathroom. Then I found out about the chick who was stripping at night as a freshman. You know what I'm saying? So now I come back home, meet my brother. He's like, yo, you trying to get your dick sucked? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, Shorty like sucking dick. I'm like, yo, Shorty's never even met me. He's like, that don't matter. Yo, you gonna be, matter of fact, where? And he called my best friend, God rest the dead. He's like, yo, where so-and-so at? I'm like, yo, he at the crib. Yo, call him over too. Ask him if he want to get his dick sucked. Long story short, everybody got their dick sucked that night. Mm-hmm. And I remember just leaving like, mind you, the chick was like a 6 or a 5 in the face and none. This wasn't no bad bitch.
It was the fact that she was down.
Yeah. That shit kind of like blew me. Like, the chick never met me before. Man, she never met my man. Like, maybe I can convince myself to say, well, I'm the dude that she knows, I'm his brother, and that's why whatever. But you don't know my man's. Mm-hmm. You never. And it's like, yo, I need to start rearranging my brain on how I see chicks, and that kind of made me be on some shit like, I need to start changing. I need to lower my standards just a little bit, because growing up, I was on some like, if you're not an 8, 9, or 10, I can't even mess with you. Like, I looked at myself as a future physician, as a future possible politician. Like, I can't have baggage in my past. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing new to this challenge, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Ain't nothing.
They don't know about that.
Bruh. They don't know nothing. I've been doing this since I was at least 11, 12 years old, man. So with that being said, I didn't just deal with anybody. But also my mentor told me before going into college, I'm about to twist up as I'm talking. My mentor also told me before I went into college was, college is going to be the best time of your life. So boom, I was like, all right, I just got my dick sucked by like a 6. You know what I mean? And it was like, it was an experience. It wasn't like, oh, I busted the greatest nut and she gave the best head. It was just the experience that I took away from it. So I was like, yo, fam, you in college, you done did 1 semester, you already got a couple bodies your first semester, and I was being picky. Then I just told myself like, yo, my nigga, like, yo, loosen the reins just a little bit, fam. Just is like, live a little bit, because once you get out this motherfucking college, it's all business. So that's when I loosened the reins a little bit, and I started going to more parties, started talking to more chicks, and started dealing with more chicks. When I started talking to not just 8s and 9s, started talking to the 6s and 7s, I started interacting with more females. Understand, I wasn't smashing the 6s and 7s, but because I was giving them time, without, and I was having conversations with them without judging them, they would just open up to me. They would just say shit like, yeah, because
let's put a pin on that. Let's
go
put a
ahead.
pin on that. But no. I'm saying like let's keep because I'm gonna expound on that later. I'm gonna
Yeah,
talk
yeah, yeah.
about when you said that women open themselves up once they see that you're not judging them.
Oh, that's huge. You have to understand, like, I tell dudes, you have to let a woman talk. Let her talk. Like, I don't like when a woman just wants me to talk. I'm not a talker like that. I can converse, but I'm not. When I'm talking to a chick now, I'm gonna ask questions or say a couple words, but you really should do most of the talking. Because any talking I'm doing, I'm gaming. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting her onto game. I'm
Giving her
putting
instructions.
I'm putting knowledge into her head. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
Passport God, do you know how many times, like I said, hey, what's up, coach? You already know what time it is, man. Hey, like I said, tomorrow we're gonna be in the mix. I apologize for the other day. That's not my steez, but you know, we're gonna make it do what it do. King Fee's in the building.
yes,
So
sir. Alfie King, what it do,
hey,
man?
Passport God, I probably say I was in the 9th grade, and there
Mm,
was a girl, that was in the 8th.
mm.
And we would just, because I was coming back from football practice. She stayed around my way. Come back from football practice. I was playing for 110 pounds. So
Same here.
I'm walking around my shoulder pads. And we start rapping, and out of nowhere, she was like, "Yeah, my father told me I had a deep throat." I was like,
Oh,
like, it
oh,
was one of
okay.
those. It was one of those needle skipping the record type jumps. I was like,
Yeah,
what? Like
yeah,
out of nowhere. Like, how do you segue into talking about that?
yeah.
The conversation was about so many different things up until that point. So I said, "What?" She said,
Mm,
"Yeah, my father told me I had a deep throat." And then I was just trying to
mm.
figure out, like, granted, I was poker face.
Of
So
course, but on the inside,
yeah, I couldn't believe it. You see what I'm
mm,
saying? So boom, that was one girl. You see what I'm saying? That was one girl. She was around the way. She wasn't really no thotty or nothing like that. It just so happens that her father was on some stuff, and you know, what I mean, he got his issue. But
mm,
I'll probably say senior year, I met a girl, and I'm still cool with her to this day. She
mm,
came to me and she said she was working at a Shake Joint. She was underage too, but the body was just when she was
mm.
14, she
Was
had the
grown.
body of a grown woman.
What?
So she
Damn.
had the body of a grown woman. Not I'm talking about the type of Jones that they would pay for now. Everybody that
Right.
stays around my way know exactly who I'm talking about. That's how
Mm-hmm.
built she was.
Mm,
So she came to me and she showed me a picture of her working at this club, and she was just telling me about all of the different things. She was giving me strip club etiquette.
yes. Mm-hmm.
I hadn't even thought of going to a strip club at this point. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because mind you, this is our local hole in the wall. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And what's so crazy about it? This strip club was probably like two miles from my high school. Yet girls were working there that I went to school with. So in my
Mm,
mind, I'm thinking, don't you know you're gonna run into somebody that knows you?
mm.
But this is their level of I don't care. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm going for mine. They was making a lot
Mm-hmm.
of money. They was making a lot
Mm-hmm.
of money. But the fact that they were working at a shake jump that's 2 miles away from the high school that you just graduated from
Mm,
shows you the level of audacity that women have. And this is all going to tie back into what we're talking about in general. Another
mm-hmm.
thing I wanted to mention is that one of my teachers worked there too with her daughter
At the shake joint.
at the shake joint. And I was
Oh
thinking in my head,
shit.
like, this is some Jerry Springer shit. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like that's exactly what I was thinking. And so this all ties back on to female nature, right? What
Yes,
I
sir.
try to tell people is that female nature is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Don't
Because
be
I
mad
got
at it.
one guy, I got a young boy, man. Like he's a cool cat, man. He's probably like 12 years old, but I
Okay.
could just tell that he's gonna be something special. I don't know what it is about him.
Mm,
I like the young dude.
mm-hmm.
And you know,
You can see
first
the potential in
I
them.
can see the potential in him. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I can. That's why I'm just trying to keep his head above water.
Mm-hmm.
So I was talking to him about stuff, and he's always coming from. Well, initially at first he was coming from a standpoint like, is this misogynistic or is this or this that? I said, now it's crazy how we live in an age where a man demanding a woman's best is considered misogynistic.
That's
So
crazy.
once he started to listen to what I was talking about and actually pay attention, he was like, damn, now I started to see why my father, you see what I'm saying, was going on my mother like the way he was. He was like, I always thought it was just him. It wasn't, it was her. You see what I'm
Yep.
saying? So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So basically, right, I was just telling him that female nature is what it is. I don't judge women. I remember one time Mr. Freeport was talking about how this girl that he knows, she I think yearly she goes to family reunions and messes with her cousin.
Yeah, with her uncle, with her uncle.
Yeah, with her uncle. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, because before I started, chopping game with y'all, outside of my cousin, I couldn't really talk to people about this stuff because they wouldn't believe me. It wasn't even that I could care less about somebody believe me. I could care less by them being blind to the facts. I'm like, dude, this is how they operate behind closed doors.
Hey, let's tap into that real quick. We're talking about the sexual underworld, right? Something that my man said to me that Freeport confirmed that a lot of people I believe a lot of people don't know or don't recognize is the fact that, do you know how many females out here are walking around with trauma bodies because they were raped or molested when they were a child?
Yeah, womb imprints, man. Negative womb imprints.
Like dudes be thinking it's a very small percentage, like 1%, 2% of females have been touched or molested in some shape or form. Or, bruh, that's way more than that, man.
Yeah,
like he helped my man something to realize, like, you got some of these chicks who we got fat chicks out here, right? Now a lot of people I've been said that I believe that obesity, being overweight, stuff like that, that's a mental issue. And the reason I say that's because, I know myself, if I see my gut going above over my belt, where I can't see it no more, I can't even see my own, my own penis, like mentally I'm gonna think, I gotta do something different. Basically, I'm saying I'm not gonna keep doing the same thing. So I say that's the same. When I started noticing all these overweight, fat women, I'm like, it's a mental issue, but I don't think it's a mental issue in a sense like they're psychotic. I think it's a mental issue in the sense that, like I said, a lot of them have been touched, molested, or raped, so they have to protect themselves from that happening again. You know what I mean? So, and we're also going to tap into how some of them like that shit. But let's tap into this side first.
Oh, okay.
We're going to get into that too. It's a two-sided coin. You know what I'm saying? It's the dichotomous mind of the female, man. Like,
let's definitely do it. Let's definitely talk about, how they like it first, and then go on to the, how traumatized it is. Because I ain't trying to glorify none of this, man. But
okay.
One of my, like, when because remember how Facebook, it used to be you could only go on there if you were in college, right? So the military was my college. That's how I experienced all this crazy off the wall stuff. So I joined it when it first came out, when it was in this beta trials, whatever. And one of my homegirls, I hadn't seen her like a year or two, and she hit me on an instant messenger. We started chopping game. I was like, hey, what's up with it? So we were just, chopping game for a little while, and she was telling me, she said things have changed. And I was like, what are you talking about? She says, I don't really need a man. All I need is a transsexual or they don't call them hermaphrodites. They don't call them hermaphrodites now. Now they call them intersex. And that's another thing I want to talk about later, because they call them intersex.
Yeah, we definitely need to talk about that.
I'm
definitely
gonna tell you something blow your mind. So I was like, okay, cool. So she was talking about all this crazy stuff, and out of nowhere, she was like, yeah, I have a rape fantasy. I was like, what? She said, yeah, this dude broke into my house. And she said, out of her own mouth, she said that while he was trying to get whatever he came for, she was fighting him off, but subconsciously she was turned on.
Woo!
Subconsciously she was turned on. She said up until that point, I had never, she was like, my pussy was Niagara Falls. It had never been to that point before.
You see?
So I said, okay, cool.
You see, man? Yo, okay, guys have to understand. Somebody who just heard what you just said is like, nah, that's crazy. How can a chick like to be raped and fellas, like, okay, let me try to break this down into the bone grizzle, down to the molecule. You gotta understand, like, when he's okay, the chick who with the dude who got who went into a crib and all that, who knows if she wasn't, nobody knows if she was raped or molested as a child, which would be her first sexual experience. You understand? Like, the first, usually a person's first sexual experience is their imprint. So if their first sexual experience is someone taking it, then that's what it is. That's why I've met chicks who I can tell they want it from the way they talk, this, that, and the third, but once it's down to the get down, they just what's the word, they putting up fronts. And I be feeling like, yo, this bitch wants me to take this shit. I think this bitch wants me to smack her, or this bitch wants me to push her, grab her, and like, because that's what turns her on. That's her first few sexual experiences, is it being taken. So that's why I know a lot of chicks who they won't admit that they want a rape fantasy, but that goes back. Okay, that segues into what I was saying, how you need to be able to let a chick talk Because a chick won't say she wants a rape fantasy, but she'll say something like, you know, if I were to role play, I wouldn't mind somebody acting like they're breaking into my house, and then we're gonna role play, and then we're gonna have sex. Yo, and I've had chicks say that, and after they finish saying, I'd be like, yo, you know that sound like rape, right? Oh no, it's not. No, I mean, kind of, yeah, but no, I just don't like the way that sounds. Oh, so it's a rape fantasy, but you don't like the name rape, so you want to just term it something else. So to segue into something else, I don't know if it's sexual underworld. Y'all dudes need to stop making love to these chicks, okay? You can make love to her on special occasions, okay? If she's earned it and it is a reward. I was just saying to myself the other day, yo, like, I ain't made love to a chick in a minute, yo. You know what I mean? Like, I like, there's different aspects to your sex game, man. I haven't made love to a chick in a minute. Why? Because a chick hasn't earned it yet. A lot of you dudes be slow stroking these chicks, man. Like they earned that. You know what I mean? Like, no, matter of fact, let me say that differently. Y'all dudes be, as Ron Rose would say, y'all dudes be friction fucking these bitches. Just straight in and out, right? Y'all afraid to mess up their makeup. Y'all afraid to mess up their hair. If a chick comes into the room, into the bedroom and comes out looking the same way, you did nothing. Okay? You just wasted your time. Okay? Now the reason why I emphasize putting your hands, grabbing and doing all that, that goes back to the rape fantasies. I'm not saying that I'm not saying a chick is yelling, screaming, no, get away from me, and that you should still go in. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's times where you could be kissing a chick neck or whatever. She'd be like, stop, you play too much. You think she really wants you to stop? Yo, you got me somewhere else. Anyway, side note, back to the sex game. When you smashing a chick, man,
you gotta do what you gotta do to make her cream and wheat.
Exactly. I'm about to get to where I fucked up. When you smashing a chick and you putting your sex game on and she's enjoying herself, see me, sometimes my ego's too big, right? So let's say in this particular instance, I'm smashing, she's enjoying herself, and she told me, don't move. Oh, no, you can't give me no fucking instruction. What the fuck you mean? Now, this is my ego talking. Fuck you mean? You can't tell me no. I'm gonna move out of the fuck I want. Because the way she sounded like she's about to reach that peak. But she said, don't move. My ego just took over. I'm like, nah, fuck that. And I kind of switched position. I did something, and I could tell. It felt like the bubble bursted, yo. And the reason why I remember that particular instance is I did eventually make her come, but the amount of work I had to do to get back to where she was when she was saying don't move. Nah, bro, I'm never doing that again, man. Catching Charlie horses, still trying to get back to that point. Like, yo, I heard it. So I say that to say another example, like the time a chick riding me. She's like, I want to change positions. She's like, no, stay like this, stay like this. Ego took over. Yeah, not my redhead. Another, not my redhead. Actually, it's my number two Colombian. So she riding whatever. I'm like, I'm ready to switch positions. Like, no, she's like, no, stay like this. My ego's like, nah, man, fuck that. But my logical mind was like, cause never go off what a bitch say. Go off what her body's telling you, right? So she said that, and I could, like, her words were matching her body, yo. So long story short, I ended up switching positions anyway, and she ended up coming quick right after that. But I'm just bringing that up to say, don't let your ego take over. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn how to be aggressive. Don't be afraid to put your hand around a chick neck, man. I'm not saying you gotta choke out like Homer Simpson choking Bart Simpson out. You know what I mean? But put a little light pressure on her throat, man. You know what I mean? Impede her breathing just a little bit. You know what I mean? Y'all can't be afraid to do that. You know what I mean? But we live in a different age, Toxic, where, you know, we got the Me Too movement. You know what I mean? We got a situation where, you know what I mean, a chick could give you full consent, and 2 days later she thinks back like, you know what? I really didn't like what I did the other day. You know what? He raped me. You know what I mean? So I understand it's a different world we're living in right now, but that's also why I advertise, get your passport abused, stamped and tatted. Okay. Oh, my best experiences with females has come from outside of the country. And the game is so easy. Not saying the game is less harder or less challenging than in America, to the point where when I went out the country at first and I was spitting my American level game, I was running over bitches. They didn't get what I was saying. Like it was like I was being sarcastic. They didn't get it. I was doing like push pull method. They wasn't getting it. They was being taking offense to it. Then I started taking my game to where it was in high school. Like, hey, you got beautiful. That's nice shoes. Is that real? Is that real leather? I'm not saying like, you know what I mean? Like nothing crazy. Like, hey, yo, like, wow, I like your hair. Your hair is beautiful. Is it real? Wow, that's good. Just have a regular conversation. I don't even gotta go further than that. And it's something as simple as, well, why don't you come over and we can drink some wine, just get to know each other. Simple shit. Like, and that shit worked. Whereas with all that other game and I'm gonna wait 3 days and I'm gonna ask a number after 10 minutes. Nah. Throw that shit in the trash when you're going out the country, man. Respect. Go ahead.
Now, what I will say is I'm definitely gonna have to come split this joint up into two episodes because this is way too much game. You see what I'm saying? Time went by fast because you see what I'm saying? This is already at 35 something minutes. You see what I'm saying? But what I wanted to talk about was first and foremost, right? When we were talking about the sexual underworld and how the negative womb imprints and how women have rape fantasies. I know a dude right now that's facing 7 years and like seven life sentences. You see what I'm saying? Nah, ain't no damn. This fool was going on raping sprees.
He was. He
was going on raping sprees, so he deserved to be put under the jail.
Yeah, bun him.
He deserved to be put under the jail. And what's so cold about it, right? Like I said, because I've been in the sexual underworld so long, it's hard for me to explain or articulate, but I just know who's with it and who's not. And something about this guy just told me, don't fool with him. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna put the link for his little picture in our chat. You see what I'm saying? So you can see what I'm talking about. So I never fooled with the dude, right? Never really made no moves with him where it was just me and him. You see what I'm saying? I only fooled with him when it was me, him, and my kinfolk. So what happened was my cousin called me, was like, yeah, man, you see what I'm saying? Guess what happened to old boy? Yeah, he got 7 life terms. I was like, damn, I'm thinking he robbing banks, whatever. He was like, nah, man. He was a serial rapist. I said, word.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? Just because even as a child, nobody had to tell me that this was wrong for me to know that this was wrong.
Exactly.
So he deserves to be put under the jail. And
100%.
back on the way it's at now, right? The whole Me Too thing, right? It messes up the dynamics because the women who were actually raped, it makes it hard for the women who were actually raped because you have all these women, these false rape allegations. So this is why I tell men to study Tantra. 1, so they can master and transmute their sexual energy. 2, so they can stop nut chasing and pussy pursuing. So when you talk about the sexual underworld, I like how you phrased it. You said that it was what's not out in the forefront. And the way I say it is that it's all the above. You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, when Pandora's box was open, I seen it all. I seen slave play. I seen 2 girls, 1 cup type stuff. I seen, you see what I'm saying, bukkake. I seen BDSM. But the most off the wall stuff to me was when I saw a man and a woman with female and male genitalia.
Oh, shit. The hermaphrodite. Yeah, let's get to that.
Hey, wait. We gotta be politically correct. They're called intersex. They are called intersex. Really? So
I'm ignorant to that stuff. It's called intersex.
Yeah, they call them intersex. So what's so cold about it? So like you look at this
hold on. So hermaphrodite is like a bad term now. Like,
yeah, if you say that, you see what I'm saying? It's really? They're not. So you gotta say intersex. You gotta say intersex.
That's a medical. That's a term. Oh my God.
I understand. I understand. That's how we operate. But you see what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know. So
intersex. Got you.
They call intersex. So I'm in the joint chilling, right? And I see the woman, I see the man, and then they start making out or whatever the case may be. And my man, like I said, the gay dude who put me on, he's like, watch this. And so I seen him take her clothes off, and she had a cock, like on some Jake Steed type stuff. I'm talking about this joint was. Yeah, she was bringing it down in life. That's chicks with
you just reminded me of something I seen outside the country one time. Go ahead, man.
And what's so cold about it? I forgot the bestiality too, but that didn't really bother me too tough. Like the bestiality didn't really move me. This moved me the most. So what's so cold about it? I guess I can only speculate, but I guess with most intersex people, one body part dominates the other. So the man, his vagina was more prominent than his cock. Her cock was more prominent than her vagina. So it was just it was just a reversal, son. And when I tell you she brought the thunder and lightning, she brought the thunder and lightning. That joint was, yeah, she could go in the bathroom and put a lot of dudes to shame. You see what I'm saying? So it was so surreal to me. I'm an 18-year-old boy at the time. I'm 18 years old. You see what I'm saying? Had never seen nothing like this before. And when I seen her bend this man over, like I lost it. You see what I'm saying? I'm sitting there trying to figure out like what's going on here. Like is this special effects? You see what I'm saying? Is this a prosthetic? She made him squirt and everything.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So I said,
I ain't gonna lie, Toxic. That would have fucked me up at 18.
I was done. But
that would have fucked me up.
I had to experience this for me to know that this type of stuff was real. Granted, because in Europe, right, it's so big over there that they even have like little, I'm not gonna say like events. They have festivals where all intersex people come together, because this isn't a one-off thing. They're out here, we just don't know about it.
Yo,
you see what I'm saying?
So let me tell my quick story about that, about my experience. So one of the countries I went to, man, I actually went to a strip club, right? So I'm in a strip club with my cousin and all them. And this chick come by, and see, the thing with my mind, I'm able to put things in a safe box and just throw that shit in the corner and just forget about it. But from talking about this, that shit reminded me of that fucking particular instance. So we're in the strip club and shit, you know what I'm saying? We got beautiful ladies walking around, this, that, there, whatever. But this one particular chick walks up to my cousin, and she's like tapping like her clit, right? Air quotes, hold on. She's tapping her clit, right? And I see, and I'm like behind my man, so I'm enjoying the rest of the scene and whatever. And I see like my man reaction, like oh, and I'm like, the fuck can he have seen? Like, how beautiful can a bitch, you know what I'm saying, box look for a nigga to react like that? And he tapped me like, yo, RPC, look at this, look. And I look, yo, her clit might have been at least this long, man.
Mm-hmm.
The size of a big lighter. And I'm looking like, yo, that look like a mini penis, fam. But you could see the vagina right under it though. Like I can clearly see that there's vagina there. But the shit on top of it, I'm like, yo, that should look like a penis. Looking back now, I think that was a what's the term? Intersexual? That was an intersex.
Yeah, intersexual. Okay.
I think that was an intersex, man.
And I'm so grateful to have experienced all of this stuff, just because when I'm talking to anybody outside of our group, anybody outside of this thing of ours, they can't even fathom it. When I tell people about the lifestyle that you live, that King Fee lives, you see what I'm saying, that Coach Don P lives, it's mythical to them, because they just can't they can't fathom it. And what's so cold about it, there has never been a time in 2020, there has never been a time where it has been so easy for men to get what they wanted from the opposite sex, yet so hard. You see what I'm saying? Because of them, I would say, suppressing their true masculinity. Now me,
100%.
Now me, what's so cold about it, what I'm all about, like I said, this Boss Basics is all about men reclaiming their power. Like, I'm not talking, we're not here to bash females. I don't bash females at all, because the common denominator in the equation are the men. You see what I'm saying? It's the stuff that you're allowing. And this is coming from a person, man, I paid for it. You see what I'm saying? I've lived with prostitutes. I've ran in circles with working girls, Johns, pay pigs. You see what I'm saying? And okay, what's so cold about it? This was in Houston. This was 2009. I was living with a girl. She was a working girl. Her and her homegirls. You see what I'm saying? They were cool. What's so cold about it? One time, you know, she was just having a little inner monologue. She was thinking out loud, and she said that she would never respect a John because they pay for what real men get for free. I didn't pay. From that moment, it was a kick in the pants. So from that moment, that was it for me. You see what I'm saying? I used to walk around with my cock in my hand. I'm being honest. But since then I got
my story too. Go ahead. I got my story too, man.
So
go ahead.
So what's so cold about it, right? You know, the underworld is what it is for all of those that are involved in it. You see what I'm saying? More power to them. Me, and this is like, it ties into porn, right? The reason why is because, you know, the reason why a lot of dudes are having these issues with porn is because it goes like the rabbit hole goes deeper and deeper. You see what I'm saying? So they had to watch more and more extreme stuff to get aroused. With the underworld, like I said, I would go in one room. This one dude, what's so cold about it, he didn't know because his wife was a secret swirler. I didn't know that was his wife at the time. So I'm in this one room. It was a slave play room. You see what I'm saying? And in my head, I was like, damn, that white dude, you see what I'm saying? He was punished. She was all into it. So I'll probably say like 2 weeks later, I'm coming to formation. And this dude that was in my unit was like, hey, Bedcourt, come here. Let me meet you. You want to meet my wife? And I saw her. She saw me. She saw me. Like, it was
yo, don't say shit. Yo,
remember on Pulp Fiction when they be opening up the suitcase? You know what I'm saying? That's what it was like. And what's so cold about it, he came to me. He was like, hey, man, for whatever reason, my wife, she don't really fool you. I was like, that's because I know her secret. That's why. That's why. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was just, man, it was something that I had to experience. And what's so sad is that a lot of men aren't willing to receive the message. You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, I wouldn't believe some of this stuff if I didn't see it myself. You know,
if you didn't experience it.
If I didn't experience it. When I went on deployment, and my thing is with women, it's not that they're doing it, it's that they're being dishonest about it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. Do your thing. But it's just how they operate. I'm like, I was deployed with housewives, desperate housewives. It's true. In every sense of the word, you see what I'm saying? Only to go back home to a dude that was putting in work, you see what I'm saying? And he don't even know about half the stuff that was going on, you see what I'm saying, when you was deployed. So it's crazy, man. And where I'm at right now, and you know, by Allah's grace, I have a woman that, because she was in the sexual underworld, not as a participant per se, but she saw exactly, because that's how me and her got close. Because she used to work in the Shake Jump. She was bringing in some big money just off the dance, and not let alone, you see what I'm saying, her she's the pump, you know what I mean? I ain't putting her business out there, but what's so cool about it is that she saw the top tier of the top tier. So she can validate.
And she learned some things. Yeah, right.
She learned some big things. So the thing about the underworld is that you don't have, I'm not talking about some round away D-bags and skeezers. I'm talking about influential people of means. This is what I'm talking about, celebrities.
Exactly. Because the celebrities be in the underworld. So let me damn, man. I don't even want to release that. I don't even want to say that. This is public right now.
It's so much game that not only, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm not going to say. And it's a lot of stuff that I want to keep for the next episode. So we're going to have to do another Joe next week, because there's questions that I didn't even ask you yet. I'm like, we already almost an hour in.
Can we just chopping it up? That's all, man. We just talking right now. But what I'll say is not saying too much. If you befriend not a prostitute, but a woman of the night in whatever city or country you go to, you'll know more information than meeting a nigga at the bar. You know what I'm saying? Like they know what the fuck is going on, because they dealing with the D-boy, like you said, or the businessman with the bread. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to ear hustling and all that. So it's nothing wrong with knowing a chick of the night. That's the most vague way that I can say that shit.
Yeah, what's so cold? But like I said, the two people that I learned the most from was the working girl that I lived with and the gay dudes. You see what I'm saying? Because they oh man, they gave me a golden ticket. You see what I'm saying? Like, I felt like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. You see what I'm saying? They gave me the golden ticket, and it was only on. I remember too, the first time we went, he was like, "Are you ready?" You see what I'm saying? I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And then the rabbit hole just kept getting deeper and deeper. So it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. But at the end of the day, I had to go to experience it for me to know exactly what goes on behind closed doors.
Well, let me say this. I'm gonna tell you the biggest lesson that I learned from a working girl, man. So I've never ever tricked in America, right? So I remember my first time going to Colombia, my first day there. All my niggas was there, and one of my niggas was like, "Yo, we went to go get something to eat. Just me and my mans. We left everybody else at the crib. So yo, let's go check out this bar real quick. This, that, and the third." So we go to this bar, and you know I'm from New York, so you know I peep certain things. So I walk in the bar. And I see there's a lot of like, you know, there's a lot of chicks in there, but they, you know, they're not scantily clad, but they got a lot of skin out, right? Boom. So I sit down. I'm just me and my man's talking, whatever. and I noticed, they got little TVs up, but I'm just drinking my beer. I just happen to look at the TV, and I'm gonna make a long story short. I look at the TV, I see like they got like porn going on. I'm like, tell my man, like, yo, what type of spot we at, my nigga? Like, yo, they got porn playing on the TV, my nigga. Like, he's like, oh no, this is like, oh, this goes back to like the brothel that I know, the brothel that I know I was in a brothel, right? So long story short, I knew, he basically tells me I'm in a brothel, this, that, and the third, and I'm in here like, yo, my dude, like, I ain't coming for that, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, nah, blah, blah, just, just relax, you know what I'm saying? Just enjoy yourself. Matter of fact, yo, just so you know, the numbers is this if you want to smash a chick. I said, how much? I ain't gonna say how much it was, but the nigga was like, yeah, that's it. You just gotta, I'm looking like, nah, nigga, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, the lesson that I learned is this. I paid that little amount of bread that I paid to smash shorty, right? I made shorty come more than one time, right?
Cream a week.
I did not nut, okay? And from that, all those sequences, she gave me half my money back. Okay? She already had the bread. She gave me half my shit back at the end, like, yo, hold that. So what that taught me was, in essence, I don't have to pay for pussy. Because I have a chick who, this is her job. I gave you the money already. You could have, even though you didn't make me nut, you could have took it and ran. But because I didn't nut, and because I made you cream of wheat, she felt that I didn't. You think I asked for my bread back? I told her like, yo, we good. She went in her purse because at that time I didn't even understand Spanish. She was just handing me shit. I'm like, yo, what's this for? She's like, no, here, take it. I'm like, oh shit, this bitch gave me half my money back. A fucking refund. A working girl gave me a refund, my nigga.
Yeah.
Ever since then, my nigga, I don't feel like I ever have to pay for pussy ever in my life, man.
And this is what. No.
I was gonna say, I be telling my niggas before I smash chicks, or if I know I'm about to smash a chick, that's why you'll hear me say something like, this bitch should be paying me for what I'm about to do to her. That's where that stems from. And that's the type of mentality dudes need to have, man. You're not getting pussy, you're laying pipe. You know what I'm saying? Like it should be an event when that bitch, yo, there's a time, I told you, I said it before, my redhead, you know what I mean? Sometimes I nut with her, sometimes I don't. There's times I nutted with her, and as soon as I nutted, she got out the bed and started clapping like a cheerleader, like,
damn.
Why? Why? Because she felt like she accomplished something. What was her accomplishment? Making me nut. That's come on, my nigga.
Yeah, that's too much game. We're gonna put a pin on that. You see what I'm saying? And what's so cold about it before? Because I gotta go smash out, and it's been a tremendous honor to have you here. So what I want to do is I want to extend this to next week. You see what I'm saying? Next Wednesday, do a part 2 to this, because there was so many questions that I didn't even ask and we didn't even get to because we was just chopping game. But what's so cold about it, right? This is when I went on monk mode. When I went on monk mode, it really.
And tell the people what that is. Tell the people what that is for those who don't know what monk mode is.
Monk mode, in a nutshell, is, you see what I'm saying, you isolating yourself from simple pleasures. Well, not simple pleasures, but from it's removing your lower nature's hold on you. You see what I'm saying? Because the entire time I was on monk mode, I didn't beat my jump. I didn't engage in no sexual activity. I didn't have any rich food. I didn't watch TV. I didn't listen to music. You see what I'm saying? I didn't play no games. I was just, and if you remember from the chat, I said, look, on the 10th day of me on being on monk mode, I had a level of tranquility and a clear mind that I hadn't had in years.
Wow.
So what that taught me was how nuts, or how me coming, or the act of coming had a hold on my life. So I had to go through monk mode. You see what I'm saying? I was 34 at the time. After that happened, I was like, yeah, the days of me busting Jake Steve nuts, you see what I'm saying, are over with. The days of me nut chasing and pussy pursuing are over with. So I remember the young dude I was telling you about, the one who I saw a lot of potential, the one who I see a lot of potential in. We were going over a scrapbook of mine, and he was asking me why I had pictures and currency, because all of the countries that I've been to, I have a picture and I have the local currency side by side. And he was like, man, you've been to all of these countries, man, all of these girls and this and that. Oh man, that's so cool. I was like, hey, look, you know what? But I paid the iron price for these sexual experiences that I gained. Right. I can't get my self-respect back. I can't get my dignity back. You have a choice. So I said, don't ever let a woman charge you for what others have gotten for free. And I was so serious when I was telling him this, because I was like, look, do not allow no woman, or don't even put your self-respect under some pussy. You see what I'm saying? We are all the damn holidays combined. Pussy, women are spoils of war.
Yep.
Women are spoils of war.
Lie. Yep.
And you know, and what's so cold about it, my son is only 4, but I'm grooming him right now. He's gonna be a killer, man. He's gonna be a killer. He's gonna get everything that's coming to him, because from birth until the time he gets of age, he's gonna have the wisdom of the sages. So with that said, you know, by the grace of Allah, you know, Passport God, we can do this next week. Same bat chimes, same bat channel. And this is going to be the second episode, man, because there's so much that I wanted to touch on, man. You have so much knowledge, man. And if you haven't, please subscribe to this man's channel. He should have 100,000 followers. You see what I'm saying? Like that. There's no reason why. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that the truth ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out here. You know what they say, like, you know, when the sun shine bright, you know what I mean? The roaches in them scurry away. So this ain't for everybody, man.
Oh, they scurrying, all right.
Yeah, they scurrying, exactly.
And what's so cold about it? Is, like I said, I remember when the coach, when King Fee said, "Hey, check this guy out," I started watching on general principle, but I started to like you on your own. So even if so what I'm saying is like I said, okay, cool. I like what he brings to the table, because it was totally different from what everybody else is talking about. You were the only one at that time talking about traveling for traveling's sake. I know dudes that travel to, you know, they travel for abroad. They don't travel abroad. And
exactly,
that's not what it's about. You see what I'm saying? I've been to every continent except Antarctica, and you know, by the grace of Allah, I went on a whim. You see what I'm saying? I had people that was just like, "Hey, you trying to go to Brazil?" Yeah, I go to Brazil. Hey, you trying to go to Saint Pierre and Miquelon? Yeah, I go to Saint Pierre.
Wow.
And I went.
And
I went to these places, and I saw these things that you like. I've been to places that you will only see in National Geographic. You see what I'm saying? So I see how people live, and I know what's important on the other side of the world, man. So with that said, same bad time, same bad channel, man. I am extremely humbled to have a guest such as you on Boss Basics. Man, I can't wait. Like I said, subscribe to this man's channel, man. This is Mr. Strong Island, Mr. I Can Taste the Cinnamon, the passport in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you again, man. Appreciate you again.
Hey, you already know what time it is, man.
Again. Shout out to everybody listening
of us.
Motu, man.
Until next time, Passport God. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Peace.